Hey everybody, it's the Grump. Jimmy Mascaro is my name. Jude Mascaro is a producer, and you will hear him talk occasionally too. He was on screen once with me, if you might recall. Um, Today's going to be what we call a being me show. Like as most of y'all know, I usually end, well, I want y'all to be y'all. We gonna be us. So being me was originally what this was going to be, but the music scene is kind of taken over, and that's good because I love music. We're gonna talk about a few things. Getting a lot of responses on the last video I did, not only here but on my Facebook page, um, about me showing some emotion during the song "Skinny." And in fact, I, you know, wiped a couple of tears out because the song had touched me. You may even have heard Jude go, "Are you all right?" And so here's what happened. Um, in the 90s, there was like a big wave of talk shows, and they discussed everything. And this was either Sally Jesse Raphael show or Geraldo Rivera's show. And they were talking about kids being bullied. And one of them was an overweight kid. And the host asked, is it bad at your school? And he tried to talk, and then he just kind of broke out in tears and couldn't speak. And that crushed me that he was going through so much pain. I was upset because that was a perfect time for the host to show their human side and come up and maybe touch the guy on his shoulder, pat him. But all they did is said, someone get him a tissue. And I'm like, oh my God, have some compassion for the kid. And I hate to see people in pain. And it starts to get on to me. Uh, I remember like the first time my wife saw it when my brother-in-law died, and I called my sister, and she was in pain, and that really hurt me quite a bit to where I hung up the phone and tried to contain myself, but couldn't, and I started crying like sobbing, blubbery crying, and uh, yeah, my wife came in to help me out, and she thought it was because of the death. It was because of, you know, my sister going through so much pain. Um, my step grandmother passed, and I was doing good, and but everybody was crying, and I almost made it out of that place, but just because I was one of the last people to go see it, and seeing her kids crying, I started crying pretty hard too. Now, I had not grieved for my father who had died about 9 months earlier, so all that emotion just kept coming out. Now, some people may be shocked because a lot of time I show no emotion whatsoever. I pretty much hide it, but when it comes out, it comes out. We were at another funeral, person I didn't even know. Everybody was crying so hard. About 20 minutes into it, I was crying too. You'd have thought it was my best friend who had passed away, but I can't take people being in pain too often. And when I saw the little kid cry, and I have been, it has taken me 30 years to lose 100 pounds. And sometimes 10 pounds would go easy, then I couldn't break a certain mark. I got to 250 and I couldn't break the 240 mark. Well, I have diabetes, and the doctor wanted me to go on Bayet, and he said, "You'll get skinny." I'm like, I don't really care, but I broke the 240 mark. Well, I couldn't break 230, for about 3 or 4 years, going in between 234 to 240. Uh, a new pill came out called Farziga. You'll lose weight and be thin. Well, I broke the 230 mark, but then I couldn't break 220, but I finally did. And now I'm on Majerno, which if you're losing weight that way, that's really not a good way to lose weight because you're sick a lot. But I've gone down 103 pounds in 30 years, so it's staying off. I've done it slowly but surely. And I've been, you know, female broke up with me, said I was too fat. That didn't really bother me because um, my looking glass self, even to this day, sees a big person. I had a friend who like couldn't understand me when he first met me because I was overweight, short, had very thick glasses. My hair was not stylish at all, just uncontrollable. When he goes, and this guy's got an ego. I've never seen that before. So he asked me what I saw when I looked in the mirror, and I told him. He goes, and you still have a pretty good ego. It's like, well, yeah, only I know what's up in here. You know, it's like be your own hero, like I was. So, yeah, I listening to Skinny, that being in pain, it just brought back some memories, and I don't, like seeing folks be in too much pain. Saying that, I'm quite surprised I made it through this little segment without breaking down in tears because, just I don't, you know, that really affected me on that kid. Um, and another thing, when I was 6, um, we went to some person's house, and their son, high school kid, came in, and he was literally the largest person I'd ever seen. And I'm a stupid 6-year old kid doing stupid 6-year old stuff. And I saw this guy and I just went, wow, because I wasn't trying to make fun of him. I was just in amazement. And you're 6, you don't really know, your social things quite yet of what to do, what not to do. So I don't know how many years that poor guy's like, dang, I made this kid go in amazement by my size and had to hurt him, you know. It would have hurt many people. So yeah. So yeah, that song touched me from pain I've seen and pain I have caused and pain I have felt. All right. Okay. A few more other subjects. Uh, Last time we were here, we talked about OJ, artificial intelligence. I'm still looking at recordings of this time Elvis trying to get his artificial intelligence, and there's a couple. It's like that's not Elvis, and there's other songs. It's like, well, doggone, that sounds pretty close to Elvis. Um, but I want to do a maybe eventually do a bigger show on that. We also talked about Mike Tyson and the Paul boy. Now, first of all, correction. He's going to fight Jake Paul, Jude.
Yes,
Okay,
Jake
and
Paul.
it was actually Logan Paul who fought Floyd Mayweather Jr. and not Jake Paul. Now, Jake Paul has fought several boxing matches. And after the show was over, I looked at Jude and I said, Pooh, you think that fight's ever going to happen? And we nah. And then it got postponed, and we're going, ha! We should have said that fight's never going to happen, and we would be right. But they have rescheduled the fight for November 15th. Uh, same plot, that same spot at AT&T Stadium where the Cowboys play, and it's still going to be on Netflix, so I don't have to buy tickets. Now, it got postponed because Mike Tyson has some ulcer issues. Jude, I'm kind of in agreement. Like, is this fight ever going to happen? Is something else going to happen? It's going to have to be postponed.
Personally, and online, the consensus is no, it's not happening.
Yeah, I mean, something you can always be hurt. Next, the Paul kid might get hurt and he can't fight. Um, I hope this wasn't just one big publicity thing because it had sports talk going crazy for a while. And but if it happens, I still like Tyson in
Yeah,
the fight because that guy can whoosh, he's something. Uh,
not even close.
okay, Caitlin Clark uh, is a female basketball player who's getting a lot of love on one side and a lot of not so much love. And the not so much people who are loving it are other basketball players in the WNBA. Now, viewership has risen. They're starting to sell out tickets wherever she plays. And it is, because of her. And it is because she's white. Let's put it out there. I did not know the hate coming from the league wasn't just because she was white, but because also she is straight. And that's causing some ruckus. Folks, let's just love people just for who they are. Um, I the only thing I know about I'm not watching any games. I will say this: the other week, I said, "Oh, they're showing uh oh got Fever. Caitlin Clark plays on the Fever. I think she, it don't it, on the now. Oh, that team's playing. Let me see." And there was a minute and a half left. It's like I can watch a minute and a half. I'm not gonna watch a whole game. I yeah, but yeah, a lot of more people are watching, and the demographic of the people who are watching, I'm sure, are white women. Men like it because I can watch some sport. You know, um, like my wife knows I like baseball, and she's trying to watch baseball, so I'm having to teach her nuances of baseball. I'm not an expert. I just know how to play the game. I can't hit a curveball. Okay, so that still goes. Uh, NBA Finals. I thought Dallas might have had a chance. I think they're going to be swept by Boston. I thought Boston was going to win the whole thing. I didn't know they were going to do it in such a fashion. Um, do you have something? Okay. Let me see. What are things I love? Uh, Last night I watched Who Killed WCW. I used to watch WCW. Then it started sinking, and they were saying that if you want to make money, the face or the good guy is supposed to chase a championship, like Dusty, no, the Rhodes boy, Cody Rhodes did chase the championship from Roman Reigns in WWE. Ratings were off the roof. Now that he's won it, ratings are going down. So, yeah, uh, they have a pay per view for Father's Day weekend, which I'll watch, but I'm not like I was during the WrestleMania season where everybody was watching it. I like comic books. I used to. I still do, but now I only read Batman. But holy cow, Detective Comics, I don't know what the heck is going on with that. All right, a little bit of mail that we've been getting, um, especially on this last one. Uh, Stinger, she wants me to watch more videos, like actual music videos of Billie Eilish. She says I'll love them, and she also sent me on iTunes where there's a little documentary there. So I'm gonna check into that. Uh, Ella and Amy, awesome. You know, uh, thank you for your comments. I appreciate them. One of them said I had a good smile, yeah, which is odd because in real life, people say I don't smile at all or smile enough. Yeah. Emma Healy cried too when she saw or heard Skinny by Billie Eilish. And actually, Eric, you're giving some love to the Phineas album. He says it is a great album. Hey, thanks for the backup, man. Poot's shaking his head, yeah, too. Thank you, actually, Eric. Um, Tim Bryant from Nacogdoches was surprised that I did English teacher. The reason I did English teacher is because I wanted to do an indie uh, album and something, you know, new. So I was reading it about it on albumoftheyear.org, I believe, might be .com, but they tell you all the new stuff that's coming out. And there's other ones, but that's the one I found. And he really likes it, and I really like it. English teacher is going to probably be in my top 10 album list at the end of the year, unless a whole bunch more stuff comes. Um, and oh, let me see here. I had some stuff, uh, but I'll tell you about more people who probably will be there towards the end of the year. Um, Beyond that, man, that's about what we got going on. Um, I want to say thanks to everybody who's watching the videos. Uh, make your comments as many as you can, um, or as many as you want. Subscribe if you want to. Oh, one other thing. To the person who like says, I wish, y'all would be more professional, make it look more, you know, we not professionals, okay? We're not professionals. I'm just a dude that likes music, you know. My son's a guy who likes his dad and thought I'd be okay at this. We're not professional. We're gonna get better. Have one guy wants to help out with sound, and I appreciate that. So I mean, hey, we're just having a decent time, okay? Um, Beyond that, I told you a little bit about me. Uh, Anything else I need to know about me? No, no. I'm 61 years old, usually grumpy, don't smile. So for those y'all who like my smile, thank you. Uh, I teach school for special needs kids. Um, you know, and as you can tell, I haven't quite grown up much. Oh, got Batman over here. Got Zippy the monkey, Captain Action. If you saw this room, there's a whole bunch of figurines and things. Some of them I bought, some were gifts. But anyway, you know why I got them and I show them? Because I'm gonna be who? You. Jude's gonna be him. I want y'all to be y'all. We gonna be us's, and we hope to see you back soon um, with some more music videos that are coming up. We got some in mind. But anyway, y'all be good, and I will talk to y'all sooner rather than later. Bye bye.